All right, welcome back to another live stream on the official MLB Rivals YouTube channel. I'm your host, JayFish, and we're back with the Nationals deck today. And so in the last stream, we went ahead and covered the update for August. I know it was a little bit delayed because of how the streams fell. And then we also played a live match game, and I think we got the dub in that one. I don't remember. And we're back here today, and we're going to be doing our first big pack opening on this channel in a long time. So I feel like the last time we dedicated a whole stream to doing packs and trying to grow our team and get better players and be able to upgrade, it's I don't remember the last time we did that, maybe back in the summer. But this stream, we're gonna be opening up a bunch of packs, and actually let's just go ahead and show you guys what we're working with. So we don't have a lot in terms, well, I guess we kind of do if you can include the premium scouts, which we'll get to in a second. But in terms of special packs, we don't have a ton of special packs, but we have a second Hall of Fame pack. Our second or third one will be opening up with the new second series of players that are the Hall of Fame players in the game. We also got a couple TSSs. These aren't as useful anymore given that we have most of the best team signatures already for the Nationals, but we're looking for upgrade material. We're looking for Transcendence and all that type of stuff. And then if we dupe some guys tonight, we can do some triple sig packs and stuff as well. We can craft, I think, up to 2 on this stream as well. So there could be some more TSS in there. We got a free agent signature pack. Probably not going to be that useful, let's be honest, unless it's like a free agent Kimbrel. I think he's like a 69 or 70 base free agent for the Boston Red Sox. I think it's a 17. I know that's one of the top closing pitcher cards. So we could use a card like that. Besides that, I don't know how much of a use that's going to be besides upgrade material. Then we got some moment packs in there. And then also we have 50 more second Hall of Fame boxes that can give us another second Hall of Fame pack and some of the rewards that will be opened up as well. And then on top of that, we're going to be opening up some scouts for the first time in a long time. We haven't done premium scouts. I honestly don't remember the last time we did premium scouts, y'all, but it's been a while. We have 296. We have 200,000 stars. So we're going to do up to 480 to get the whole cumulative purchase reward to get the signature limit break upgrade ticket as well. So we got a lot to open up this one, and I'm really hoping we can get obviously some more Hall of Fame players, whether they make it or not in the rotation or on the lineup right now or not. Doesn't really matter if we can start filling out the bench and getting that synergy all the way up to the 8 Hall of Fame card players to get the all player +1 overall. So I don't think we'll take a huge stride tonight in terms of new players and stuff, depending on what happens with the Hall of Fame players and everything. But I do think that we can get some good upgrade material for this stream as well. And then also, I'm not sure, I think we have a recruit as well. I think we can also recruit a player, and yes, we can also recruit a normal player as well, which includes these guys, which we got Tim Raines and Larry Walker from, and includes these other guys also. So we also we'll guarantee 2 Hall of Fame players tonight. We could dupe possibly, but we're guaranteed at least 2, plus the other ones that possibly could come from boxes as well. So we got a lot to do in this one. I'm excited, y'all, and it feels good to be back. If you guys are just now joined, I'm not like Trevor, we highly appreciate it. Also, coupon code tonight will be 300 of the play balls and 300 stars. It'll be given out at the end of the stream. All right, let's go ahead and see who's in here, and then we're going to get this thing going because we got a lot to do, and I want to be able to look at cards in the chat, which let's change the channel to 777 before I forget, in case we want to look at that at the end. And let's see who's in here. We got Spencer. What is up, my man? Good to see you. Kate, glad you can make it as well. Already at the final week of the regular season, and my Red Sox are still in the playoff hunt. Oh, it's going to be a tough test since we're facing the Blue Jays and Tigers to end it off. That is a strong way to end it in terms of some tough competition right there. But you never know. And actually, you bringing up the wild card, you kind of beat me to the punch. Yeah, you already said it, Spencer. It's the last week of the season. We have games today all the way through Sunday. And then after that, the postseason wild card starts next Tuesday. So we are down to the final week, and it is looking crazy, y'all. Let's just go ahead. Let me see if I can pull this up on the stream and if this will show. Let's see. All right, real quick, let's take a look at these standings right here. So the AL leaders, obviously, we got the Blue Jays that are leading the division right now. The Mariners that are leading their division as well. They just, I believe, swept the Astros. Came in tied, and they just swept the Astros this series, a huge series to take a 3-game lead in that division. And then we got the Tigers that are 1 game up of the Guardians right now, and do they play this week? I don't remember if they play this week or not, but that's really close right there as well. So AL is looking pretty crazy. I mean, look at this. You got the Astros and Guardians tied right now for the last wild card spot. I think the Guardians have the tiebreaker over them based off of how this is looking. And then obviously Red Sox right in there. And I mean, look at all this. Everyone is within 4 games over here in the AL. And then look at the NL right here. So we got Milwaukee, which clinched the division. Philadelphia clinched the division as well, I'm pretty sure. Dodgers are guaranteed to have a wild card, but have not clinched yet. They're 3 games ahead of the Padres going into the last week. But then we have the Cubs, who are pretty much guaranteed they're guaranteed a wild card spot because they already clinched a playoff berth. The Padres are most likely going to get the 2nd spot. And then you have the Reds and the Mets that are now tied. My Reds swept the Cubs. The Mets lost the series to the Nationals, and they are now tied. And technically, at the playoff start of the day, the Reds have the tiebreaker over the Mets. So the Reds control their own destiny this week. They play the Pirates in a 3-game series starting tomorrow, and then they have a 3-game series to finish off this weekend with the Brewers, the best team in baseball, which I'm hoping the Brewers lock up that number 1 spot and rest some guys going into that series. Maybe help us out a little bit. I don't know what's going to happen, but the fact that the Reds have a chance and are here after them getting, I believe, swept by the A's the other week, I'm kind of shocked. But I'm happy to see this. And obviously, you got the Diamondbacks that are 1 game back behind both of them. The Giants are within 3 games. And you have the Cardinals and Marlins that are also within 4 games. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that are still in the hunt, really, for this last wild card spot. Absolutely crazy. It's getting tight, y'all. And it's going to be exciting to see what happens this week. This time next week when we're streaming, we will know and have everything set for the playoffs, and then it'll start the following day. Exciting stuff, y'all. Exciting stuff. Postseason's about here. I can't believe it's already here, man. It's flown by. I remember the Dodgers last year. That was awesome, and it feels just like yesterday, and we're already on to 2025 postseason almost. So, how are you guys feeling? How are we feeling about this? What do you guys think is going to end up happening? Who's going to make the wild cards? How are the leaders going to end up and stuff in both the NL and AL? How are you feeling about your team and everything? And let's get some of that conversation going throughout the stream, because this is exciting stuff. I'm really pumped. If the Reds somehow pull this off, I'll be super happy. Terry's first year, that would be an awesome accomplishment, making the playoffs with this young team. And like I said, I think to start the season, everyone was really hyped, and I said I'm gonna hold back on the hype train. And if we can just make a wild card spot and just finish above 500, I'd be happy about that. It's possible, man. It's possible. Maybe I spoke it into existence. We'll find out. Let's switch this back over, though, and get into the more of the comments and shout you guys out. Blue Jays clinched the playoffs yesterday. Yes, they did. Extra BFB. We were just talking about that. Glad you could make it in, by the way. K-Cal, good to see you here. Mike Trout finally got his 400th career home run on Saturday. Yes, he did. Exciting stuff, y'all. Just every time I think about him now, I think, what if? The injuries since what, 2019, 2020, the injuries he's had since then, I think he's been out, missed 2 seasons almost total, maybe 2.5 worth of games in these past, 5, 6 years. Just think about what could have been and where he could be at home run rise and stat wise now without all those injuries. Gosh, man, it hurts. But yes, happy about that. I think he'll for sure get to 500. I don't know how about much further than that, but obviously been a down year. But when you've been hurt and injured that many times, it's hard to get in a groove and stay consistent. I'm hoping next year he can start to get back and work his way back to what he was. But I mean, gosh, every time I think about that, I see 400, awesome milestone, but I just continually think, what if? Aiden, what's up? Glad you can make it here as well. Free agent cards, yeah, so we used the free agent Cole because he's a 76 base as a free agent card, so it means he's normally a 77 or 78. I don't remember. I think he's a 77. So that's obviously why we use him. He's actually better than a lot of the team segs we can even use in the rotation anyways. But unless it's like a top closing pitcher guy, we're not going to have any use. Exactly right. Ralph, what is up? Pack opening again. Yes, it's been a while since we've had a full pack opening. Cubs deck, unless I get Arrieta's best year in Chapman Sig, I just ground out Altman coins. Honestly, yeah. I don't blame you on that one. I don't blame you. Let's see. Did I miss anyone else coming in here? Oh, I just lost my spot. Sorry, guys, if I missed any of your chats. Sebastian, what's up? Glad you can make it. Good to see you here as well. In the next rival stream today, you're coming either happy or sad. Astros and the Guardians, maybe the Tigers if they keep falling apart are what I'm worried about. You know what? There's 6 games I think left for most teams. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens this next week. Whether the Reds make it or not. Dodgers obviously already booked their ticket. If they can make it too, I think it would line up to be, I think, who would we end up playing if we got the last wild card spot if it was the day? Based off of, it was what, the Brewers, Phillies, Dodgers? So who would the Reds play if they were in the last spot? I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm blanking. I'm trying to think of and read your guys' chats. Yoo-hoo, what's up, by the way? Glad you can make it. Gert, my dirt, glad you can make it. The Halo do 89, what is up? Halo's taking the World Series. What, I think they missed the playoffs for, what is this, 11 straight years? 10 or 11 straight years? I think they have the active streak right now. That's crazy, man. I think 14 was the last time they made it, and that was Trout's only time, and I think they got swept. I could be wrong. I don't remember. Crazy, it's been over a decade. Los, what is up? Hola, Los, glad you can make it. Dodgers, Tigers World Series. That would be actually pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing the Tigers in there. Eric Seeds, what is up? Tom Baker, good to see you. Got some Phils fans in there. Maybe this is your year, guys. Maybe this is. We'll see. Those Brewers, though, man. I know the Brewers have seemingly had some good regular seasons, but they seem to always fizzle out in the playoffs. I know they're a division rival for the Reds, but in terms of the fans, the Brewers fans, you guys deserve to go a little further. Let's just be honest. So I'm rooting for you Brewers fans, not the Brewers, but for the Brewer fans. And recruit another Hall of Fame card this week. Nice. Yes, I would love to see the normal recruit pool increase, not just adding new second Hall of Fames and just doing that. Tonight of the Reigns, Walker. Yeah, I could. That's true. 6 games left. Gotta control our destiny. Have to be at least 2 out of 3 wins. Yes. Yep. Have any inside information about the update coming to this game? I do not. All I know is that I'm pretty sure it's supposed to come out this week, either Tuesday or Wednesday if we go off of the normal update schedule. Besides that, I have no information on this update for Rivals. Yes, swept by the Royals in the ALDS. First round, and 2015 was the last year with a winning record. So it's been a decade since they've had a winning record, too. That's actually crazy. I didn't realize that. I knew the playoffs was 2014, but the winning record since 2015, it's officially been a decade. KK, I don't know how you do it, but props to you, man. Props to you. That's crazy. Woo! Reds will play the Dodgers in the wild card of the playoffs started today. That's what I was thinking. That's crazy, man. A Reds-Dodgers rivalry reignited. They used to be rivals back in the day. Obviously, the divisions and stuff got split up differently than what they were, but that would be so cool to see. Obviously, it'd be tough for me being both a Dodgers and Reds fan. Honestly, whatever happened, I couldn't be upset, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. That'd be crazy if the Reds make the playoffs for, I think, the first time since 2020, and they have to play the Dodgers. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. We got a lot to open up, y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. If you guys have not subscribed, like I said, I'd highly appreciate that. We also hit 5,000 subs, on our way to 6,000 on this channel as well. Appreciate y'all and you guys' support. So first things first, in terms of events, we still have the international training event going on. There's 3 days left on that. We haven't really done much on this, if I'm being honest, obviously, as you guys can see. But essentially, that's going to be ending here in 3 days. I don't think there's really anything else we need to cover themed-wise, because I know that was added in the update the last time, but everything else are all events that I'm pretty sure we've had before. So any questions on the event, let me know that are in here, or anything you need some explanation on. But besides that, I think we're just going to move on and get this thing going. That international training event is the only thing that's really worth it because it's about to end and it was part of the update. So, all right, let's see what else is in here. Aiden, I think I already shouted you out. Yeah, we were talking earlier. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing going. We got the Hall of Fame boxes to open up to start. We'll do the premium scouts and then we'll go into the moment packs, signature packs, team signature packs, and then we'll finish off with the Hall of Fames and stuff like that. So first things first for this pack opening, y'all. This is what the team looks like. So just go ahead, take a snapshot mentally. This is what we got. And I believe we have who on the bench? We have Jim Thome, who is a dupe. We have Jeff Bagwell. who will probably eventually make it on the bench, and possibly take Jim Thome over eventually, but we have to get him better before we can even do that. And then Willie Stargell could go on the bench as well. So if you add what? 2 to that, that would put us at 7. And then we don't have any pitchers. So we're at 7. If we can get one more non-dupe, we can get the synergy there once we eventually work on those players in the reserve and get them on the bench, which that shouldn't take too long. We'll probably start working on that after this pack opening. But we need one more new Hall of Famer to get that tonight, given that we add those other players in there. And then this is what the rotation and bullpen and stuff looks like. I was working on upgrading the bullpen this pack this week. We still have some more work to do, but I was working on getting guys' potential up and everything. So hopefully they don't start or continue to blow games in live match, because they seemingly always do. Sebastian, which legend do I want? Well, let's take a look at who we can get. From this second Hall of Fame pack, here are the guys we can get. We already got Willie Stargell. Literally the lowest overall guy we could have gotten. He's not useful as much because we already have Tim Raines and left. One of the top guys at a 76. We have Jim Thome at first base, which is the other position, who's a 74. So Willie Stargell, really only ever going to be a bench guy, most likely. Paul would be cool, but still, we have Rendon over there. He's one of my best, if not my best players. That's a Team Sig. Ozzie Smith would be nice over at shortstop. We never got Derek Jeter, so I would take Ozzie Smith in a heartbeat, same overall as Derek Jeter over there at shortstop at a 76. And then we have Tom Seaver. I would take him all day. He would go into the rotation, no doubt. And then Jackie Robinson, highest base Hall of Fame player we've seen at 78. That's probably my number 1 guy. He would definitely be, and he's my number 1 guy as well because I need a second baseman, because we have Garcia's moment guard, which obviously Jackie Robinson, 78 Hall of Fame player, would replace Garcia in a heartbeat. So Jackie Robinson's definitely number 1 guy from that. In terms of the normal recruit that we'll have as well, let's actually look at this again. Barry Larkin, I would like at shortstop if we didn't get a shortstop. Sutton, I would take, would still go in the rotation. Honestly, any of these starting pitchers, I would, even Jack Morse. Tony Perez, I don't know if it would be as useful, nor Fred McGriff or Luis, unless, I mean, we have Trey Turner, who's nice, so I don't know. Jim Rice wouldn't be as useful. Tony wouldn't be as useful. We have a stacked outfield. So Barry Larkin or any of the starting pitchers are really who would be looking for from the normal recruit as well. That answers your question, Sebastian. But that's what the squad's looking like. Obviously, there's no bullpen Hall of Fame players yet. I'm hoping they get some bullpen Hall of Fame guys eventually, though. We're going to start filling that a little bit more. All right, let's see what is in here. We got Kate Moo, welcome in. Tom Baker, good to see you here as well. You got him up to 131. Nice, nice. Yeah, Seaver and Robinson would be the best pools for me for sure. Obviously, if we get bullpen guys, that'd be awesome. I think we would, replace... It would be either Cole or Corbin, but we would for sure be getting Strasburg and Scherzer if we got Seaver. So, but we'll get to that point if we get to that point. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. We're going to start off with the Hall of Fame boxes and see if we get any more second Hall of Fame packs out of it. And then we're going to get into premium scouts and everything else. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and open these up. We got 50 of them. Let's go ahead and use the first 10. So we can get all these items out of it. You can get a second player selective Hall of Fame pack, but the chances of that are super slim. It allows you to choose any of the second Hall of Fame players. We've gotten the normal Hall of Fame packs from these a couple times. Hopefully we can get some of that. And then obviously there's some other things we can get. It's all chance though. We're not guaranteed another second Hall of Fame pack. So let's get this thing going. First 10. All right, we got some superior potential reset tickets, which I will take those for sure. If I'm being honest, if I don't get a pack, those are really what I'm looking for to try and max out the potential, especially to 12 on the Hall of Fame players. But no Hall of Fame pack to start, no red. All right, we still got 40 left. There's still another chance. We got a couple of chances. Oh, and I only opened up one right there. Okay. All right, so another set of 10 right there. I'll take the Spirits potential reset tickets. All right, we got 29 more. We still got a good amount. There's the red, baby. All right, we're guaranteed 2 second Hall of Fame players tonight. Hopefully we are duping, but that gives us 2 chances at Jackie, baby. Come on, let's fill that second base spot. Luis Garcia has not been bad as a moment card. But man, if we can get the highest base Hall of Fame card in Jackie Robinson, we got 2 chances right there. And we got a couple of superior potential reset tickets. That was a good set of 10, baby. We still got a couple more. Can we get another one? All right, nothing right there. We got 9 left. Can we get one more? All right, so we get 1 extra second Hall of Fame pack for a total of 2 tonight. And we got a lot of superiors right there. We got a lot of superiors for these 50s. So we'll be able to get those potentials of these guys up as well. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's see. Yes, we got that done. Let's go ahead and get into the scouts. All right, so the scouts, let's be honest. Do I expect to get anything tonight from this? No. I normally don't have great luck from this. I don't even know, have we ever pulled a SIG from a premium scout before? We've pulled a SIG, I believe, from a prime/signature pack from premium scouts. I don't believe we've ever pulled a signature before, which K-Cow, who was in the chat, he has some of the craziest luck in Rivals. I think he's done it maybe multiple times. I know he's done it once, maybe multiple times of pulling SIGs from this. Can we pull a SIG from a premium scout for the first time in this? We're opening up 480. Let's find out. Let's just go ahead and auto scout this and see how this goes. We're going to use this feature, I think, for the first time actually on stream. I'll get a SIG from the 480. You believe in me? All right, let's see. Let's find out. We're going to use 290 and then the rest will stars. All right, nothing to start. Empty through 20. You guys remember we don't get the glow anymore on S players, by the way. All right, we're pretty dry here through 40. Nothing through 50. Can we at least get a couple primes in here? How many special cards do you guys think we get from 480? I'm gonna say we get 3 primes and that's it. I don't think we get a SIG tonight. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but K-Cal's done it 3 or 4 times. That's actually crazy. And you think about all the premium scouts we opened up on this squad, and we've never done it before. All right, nothing in the player reserve. We got to clear that out a little bit. So what? We're at 90 out of 20. Let's go clear some space real quick. So let's see. Let's look at position training. Is there anything we can do here? Nothing we can do there. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Can we do some normal training real quick? Clear out some stuff. We might even have to do some upgrading sessions or something like that. But let's see. All right, we got live cards, all that stuff that are below the 60s. All right, so that's not going to do much. What else should we try and do to clear this out? Could do upgrades. I'm trying to think. We can't do special or position training right now. We already maxed all those out that we could. I did that before the stream. Special training, is there anyone we can clear up here? No. That's all maxed out. What about limit break? Now we have no one in here in terms of cards owned either. Not gonna do on the non guys. Let's see. I guess we could do some upgrades. We could sell them. We could sell them too. I'm trying to see what all we can do in terms of upgrading, which I don't think we can do anything besides Dawson and Kelly and Cabrera. We could clear out the seasons right there if we wanted to. We could sell cards as well, though. We could go to the workshop and do that as well. I was just trying to see what else we could do in terms of upgrades before I got rid of stuff. Jason, what's up, by the way? Glad you can make it. All right. Let's clear this stuff out. And let's actually change this. Nope. All right, let's go ahead and just select all that we can. We're not going to use the S cards, trust me. All right, there's the A cards. That's what I wanted. That's what I was trying to make sure is I didn't use those. Because I definitely saved all that stuff for position training. All right, I think 200 should be enough. If we have to come back, we will. Yes, Aiden, that's what I was checking for to start anyways. Good call on that, but that's what I was looking for in the start in terms of upgrading, and I had no one else I could do. I forgot I filled those out before. So we cleared out 200 spots. Just wanted to make sure we used everything we could to do upgrading and stuff, which there's no reason to even use cards on upgrading because of all the upgrade materials we have. So might as well just do the workshop like K-Cow said. All right, let's keep on going. Do to 200. 110 plus upgrade cards, yes. Once you get to the plus 18, 100%. All right, first special card of the day. We get a prime and it's Marte. All right, so there's one down, I said 3. I probably will, Aiden. It depends. All right, another special card. We're heating up, baby. It's a prime, it's not a sig. And we get a bullpen guy right there. Fraser 7, okay. The only thing is because we have the thing on, it's not guaranteed all 10 are going to be adding to the reserve because some of them are using for material off the bat. So we'll see what happens, Aiden. We'll see. We probably will have to come back. All right. So we've seen 2 primes already. Another special card and another prime. So I said 3 primes. Jansen 13, so we got a closing pitcher, but not the highest base out there. I mean, it's not bad, but when you got... Ooh. All right, we already have 4 primes. My guess was 3. We already broke that. Well, we pulled 4 primes, I think, in the last... How many? Like 100? That's crazy. Luis, what's up, by the way? Actually, make sure to open special cards and go through the animation. K-Cow, at that point, if we don't get it, we don't get it. Does it affect it? I doubt it, but maybe it does. Maybe it does. All right, so we're through 290. Let's go ahead and claim what we have left. And so we have to go 480. That'll be 190. So we're going to use some stars right here to get the signature limit break ticket, which those are pretty useful, if we're going to be honest. And let's go ahead and get up to 480. See if we can get any more special cards, maybe a signature. Nothing there. All right. I feel like there's at least one more special card. Yep, there it is. I literally called it right there. K-Cow, because we're not auto in and out right now, and I'm using stars, I'm going to do this. Signature right here. Come on, Kate. Oh, it's a prime. It's a prime. All right, that's number 5, though. I said 3, and we're already at 5, and we still got 150 left to go. Not too bad right here. All right, come on. There's still a chance. We've got 100 left, y'all. We can still get a sig out of this. Never done it before. Not even on my Dodgers account either. That first scoreboard up in the left. I knew it immediately with the design of that stadium and how the camera comes in. Yeah, 5 primes is actually pretty good for premium scouts. I'm pretty sure I've gone through 480 and gotten like 1 or 2. So we've had actually some pretty good luck. Don't think we're gonna sig here. We only got, what, 40 left? Our 6th special card. Is this the first sig ever? And no, it's another prime. 6 primes, though, pretty solid right there. I don't even really care who it is since it's a prime and another closing. Okay. 30 left, y'all. 6 primes is actually pretty solid. I said 3. We already doubled it here. Last set of 10. How are we going to finish this off? All right, so we finish off with 6 primes through 480. I think that's actually some of the most I've ever gotten. That was actually pretty solid right there. Christopher, what's up, by the way? All right, let's collect all those items, and then let's see. We'll open up the Team Select Prime / Shake Packs. Yeah, we got, what, 3 of those? Is there anything else? The other packs don't really matter, so we're not going to open those because there's not a guarantee of a sig. But let's open these up. We got 3 Team Select Signature / Prime packs, which I'm pretty sure we have gotten a sig from the free agent version of these. And also, I think we finally got a sig from one of these packs not too long ago. Maybe in the last pack opening we did this, or the one before. I'm pretty sure we've done it finally on this, just not with scouts. So let's go ahead and we'll do these one at a time. Well, actually, we'll open up all 3, but we'll click in one at a time. So can't we get a team sig here from these? We'll go left to right. Let's go. Yep, I got you, K-Cow. All right, so we got a prime here to start. I don't even really care who it is. Scherzer 17. All right, obviously we have Scherzer's best year of SIG. Let's go ahead and open the next one. Can you see some perp? Nope. It's gonna be another blue. Harper 12, who we also have in his best year. Last one of the day. Can we finish off with a team signal, the last team select signature / prime pack? And no. All gonna be primes here today. So we've gotten a total of 9 prime cards today between Premium Scouts and these packs and another Scherzer. I would have loved to seen those be, actually, if those were SIGs, I think Scherzer's already transcended level 9. Yeah, those would have just been actually useless cards pretty much. Besides maybe Limit Break? Actually, no, I think his Limit Break's actually maxed out too. So any Scherzers we possibly could see tonight are actually completely pretty much useless for this card and upgrading, so they would definitely be triple SIG packs, but... All right, let's go ahead and start opening up the special packs now. We got the moment, well, I guess the prime packs are special packs too, but we got the moment packs right here. We got a power hitter player selective moment pack. We got the power hitter normal moment pack, a division selective moment pack, elite division selective moment pack, and then a slugger moment pack. So we're gonna open up all the moment packs but the player selective one and finish off with that one. So let's go ahead and just do the, let's start with the slugger. Let's start with the slugger right here. Who can we get? We've already gotten Bell. I think we've actually pulled Bell multiple times as his slugger card, so really there's not much use for this. So I guess let's just go ahead and open up and see who we get. So who is the Pirate Moment Slugger? Okay. I don't think we've pulled this slugger card before, but solid card right there, obviously. Did not mean to do that, but Adam, what's his power is obviously 70. The thing is, the bases on these cards aren't great, but obviously they're gonna have some decent power because they're slugger cards. So, I mean, you can't have great power if you're hitting lots of massive home runs, so. All right, not the greatest card ever, but I'll still take it. Let's go ahead and do the power hitter one now, which we've already gotten Soto from this. We've gotten Trey Turner. We can still get Rendon. We can get Adam, what, with the Nationals. We just got his Pirates. And then we have Bryce Harper, which is the highest guy we can get for the Nats. And his power is 78. So let's see what we get right here. Obviously, we can get other teams. It's not a player. Yeah, Slugger only has 1 card. Yep. All right, Simeon, okay. Scherzer could be transcendence for other pitchers, correct. He could be for other pitchers, but like Spencer said, he's only given him 1 point instead of 3. All right, let's see this card. 69 power. It's kind of funny how it's a power card, but power is his least out of the 3 main between contact, vision, power. I think that's a little bit funny, but obviously a better overall card than the Adam one. So let's go ahead and do the division selective one now. Obviously, we're going to choose the NL East. And I don't think this is any certain theme. We'll take, okay. We got a Met right here. I'm not even really going to wait for that. We got the Squirrel. Okay. Squirrel has been acquired. Actually, not a bad card right there. That's actually a pretty solid card. Any Mets decks, maybe you could get away with this moment, especially if you need a second baseman like I do, except I already have a Luis Garcia. All right, let's go ahead and do the Elite Division, and we'll finish off with the player selective moment. Or, yeah, because I don't think there's going to be much use. I'll probably just go Bryce Harper, if we're being honest, but let's go ahead and see who can we get from this. We've already gotten the 1 player for this team as well, which is Gore. It's a one player per team, so let's just see who we end up getting. Clear out the inventory, baby. They're all important, but obviously, if you take it kind of like 9i, those equate to the other ones. But yes, it's a little bit different. All right, so we got Sanchez right there, a Philly, and let's go ahead and finish this thing off with the Power Player Selective Moment pack, which we already got Soto, we already got Turner, we don't have Rendon. Honestly, we already have Bryce Harper's best year of a SIG, we already have Soto's, we already have Turner, we already have Rendon, we don't have Adam, but Adam would never even make it on the bench either. Who do we want to take? Do I just take the highest overall guy no matter the team? So, I mean, we can take Harper and still use him. Could be used as upgrade material. I think we haven't finished all of his stuff. So I can't remember for sure. So the highest cards we have are 71s. You got Lau right there. You got Henderson. You got Dozier. Who else we got? 71. Mike Trout's actually the highest guy to 72. 79 power. That's a beautiful card. And then I think, yeah, we had Belly and Betts both at 71s. Do any of those guys not have maxed out special training? That's a good question. Let's go look, actually. So Bryce Harper's completely maxed. No use for that card. Trey Turner. Transcendence won't work because it's a moment card. He's maxed out on everything else. Rendon. Maxed out. And Soto is maxed out and everything, which, so there's actually no use. Adam would actually be the only one that would be any use besides just going the highest. Do we just go Trout for fun then? Literally every team player that's on our thing, there would be no use for this pack. I'm half tempted to just go with the highest base stat, which is Trout. I mean, it's not going to make a difference, y'all. What do you think? Highest base, we can go with 72 Trout. I'm not going to really think too much into this. You had the rising star moment of Sanchez, though, so not a troll. Good, good. Glad that's not actually too much for troll. I could craft one for the bullpen. Unless my second baseman has a card from another year. True. Garcia Jr., but if we get... He will be replaced eventually, though, too. That's the goal. I could use special training Hall of Fame cards, but it's not going to make a difference whether it's Harper or not. So honestly, let's just go with Trout because he's the highest overall since we don't really have much of a use. It's not going to make or break upgrading or anything like that anyways. It's not going to make a huge difference. Let's just take the highest overall power hitter moment card in Mike Trout. Let's just go ahead and do that. It's not going to make a huge difference. So... yeah, it does not matter at all. And we just pulled the guy right here who hit 400 home runs last night. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Big career milestone right there. Hopefully we can see him get to 5. If we can see him get to 5, that would be awesome. He's still got, what, his contract goes through, I think, 2031. If he plays that, obviously, through, that's still 6 seasons. I think for sure he gets to 5. What do you think he finishes with, home run-wise? Yeah, exactly, K-Cal, exactly. Only makes sense, y'all. Let's honor him in that aspect. Okay, let's go ahead and do this free agent SIG pack. Unless this is a top tier closing pitcher that we can replace our team SIG, which is a Reardon, who is a 62 base. So if we can get a higher base free agent SIG, we could possibly replace Reardon. But besides that, it's not going to be much use for this pack. So let's see what we do. Let's see what happens here, y'all. All right, another Angel. Imagine this is Mike Trout back-to-back. It's not. I thought it was for a second, and then I saw 21, and I knew it wasn't. We'll take Joyner. Let's see what this card's looking like. All right, 67 base, not bad. Probably normally a 68, 69, not a free agent card. But obviously, with having Jim Thome, Hall of Famer, 74 base at first base, yeah. Not a closing pitcher, really. No help. Any Angels decks out there, if this wasn't a free agent card, I'm sorry if that was kind of a troll for you guys. Which, K-Cow, do you have Joyner? Ends up to the 2030 season for 5 more years. Yes, so all the way up to the 2031 season. Yes. Because he signed that, what, back in 18 or 19? 12-year, $400 million deal. That was crazy. Record-breaking, I think, in North American sports at that time. 560, you think is what he ends with? I don't think he hits 6 unless he just goes on a tear, but with all the injuries and stuff, I don't see that. I definitely see him getting to 5, though. Definitely not his best year could use for Transcendence. Gotcha. Gonna play Soto with your Walker. The goal is eventually given that Soto's a 73 and Walker is what, a 76 base, but we have to continue to upgrade him. We have a lot of work to do on Larry Walker and have not been able to do much. We've had other important guys to work on ahead of him. And because Soto's closer to being done and we only need Transcendence, that's why Larry Walker's not replaced him yet. But that would be our ultimate goal eventually. Okay, let's go ahead and do the TSS packs. We got 2 of these. Chances of being are very high. Let's just be honest. But let's go ahead and open them up. Probably do some triple sig packs and then finish this off with the recruit and second Hall of Fame play. 25 home runs per year until 2030 to get the 500. Yeah, I think that's definitely attainable. Well, actually, technically, it now is at 400, and he does. If he plays all 5 years left on his contract through 2030, he needs 20 home runs per year. He's at 400. You divide 100 by 5, that gives you 20. So he needs to hit 20 per year on average to hit the 500 mark in his last 5 years. I definitely think he could do that. If he can stay healthy and stuff, I for sure think he can. All right, let's go ahead and flip our first card. Let's see what it's going to be. Honestly, at this point, I'm looking for Transcendence. Cards that aren't already done, though. And if not, we'll go ahead and craft a triple sig. All right, so we got Bell right there. I think I've pulled him plenty of times before. Let's see what his base is. Yeah, this is most likely gonna be a triple sig back right there. I don't know, have I pulled a Bell Sig though before? I know I pulled his moment cards plenty of times. Have I pulled a Bell Sig? I might have, I don't know. But obviously not gonna upgrade our team in terms of put him in the lineup and stuff, so. We could also use him as Transcendence though on a first baseman. But we have Jim Thome there, so probably not. I don't know. We'll have to take a look. All right, let's do the other Team Select Sig pack. Who is this going to be? The batter, and we got Reigns. Okay. So we pulled, I think, Reigns' best year, if I'm correct, at left field as a Team Sig, which is that one right there, I'm pretty sure. Is it? So obviously Reigns is a dupe. We already have his Hall of Fame card, but I'm pretty sure we pulled his best signature year as well before. Let's go check. So we have his Hall of Fame card, which obviously trumps the Team Sig because it's a 74 base of the Team Sig, that's a 76, and Hall of Fame cards are the meta. Yeah, so we already had Tim Raines right here. So we already had 86. So we already had Tim Raines that could have gone out and left. But we held off once he came in as a Hall of Fame player. We got him, I think, in one of the first pack openings. So we have Tim already, who's a 74 base, one of the highest base SIGs you can get. I think the highest base SIG batter you can get for the Nationals. Let's check. I don't remember. Let's go back to Nationals. Let's go to rarity. Okay. So Reigns 87 is the best year. So Reigns 86, I think 87. Yeah, we haven't gotten 87 because it's not glowing. We've gotten 86 twice now, but he has a 75, a 74, and a 73. So we've gotten a 74 twice. Technically, we could get a better one in Reigns 75, but it doesn't even matter because we have a Hall of Fame. So definitely, and we can't use, the sad thing is now that we have his Hall of Fame card, we can't use any Team Sig Hall of Fame Reigns cards we get as Transcendence. So that's the only thing that stinks. Yeah. But technically speaking, we could use Reigns as Transcendence for other guys. Well, actually, no. Unless they're a left fielder. No, they don't have a left field position either. So actually, there's no use for Reigns right now with how this works because we have no other players that have left field as a second position either. Okay, so who do we want to use as? All right, who do we want to use as triple sig packs? I'm not going to use Garcia because we could eventually use him, even though I'm not going to be doing that right now. Third baseman's not going to be any use. We don't have any other players that can play third base that are Team Sig. So I'm thinking we use Wallach for sure. Since he's one of the lowest. We could technically transcend Oliver. But I don't see him actually being on the bench terribly long and seeing him as a transcendence need right now. So I say we use Bell and Wallach as triple sig packs because there's no need of transcendence for a third baseman team sig guy. Because Rendon's already done, there's no other third basemans. And then Bell, he could increase Oliver, but I don't see the point, and he's the lowest overall we have. So I think let's use Bell and Wallach since there's not really any need for those guys. Let's go ahead and do that. We can do 2 triple sig packs. See what else we can get. All right, so let's go ahead and use Bell. Forgot we had Gore too, but we'll just hold on to him. Doesn't really make a big difference. And let's do Ralph. Add some prime cards in here. All right, let's go ahead and do that. 5 million points. Remember when this used to be 50 million, guys? Divided it by 10, made it 5 million points. Much more affordable. That was some good times. So glad they changed that because that was detrimental to point systems before. All right, let's go ahead and use Wallach now. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, and Gore, exactly, Aiden. That's another reason why I want to use him, because we still have some use more in the rotation than actually batting wise and stuff like that. So it's another reason to hold on to him. We got Gray right there. Let's do some more of these cards. All right, let's go ahead and craft our second one. All right, 2 of these, and then we finish off with Hall of Fame packs, baby. Have not done much to upgrade our team here today, but you know what? We still got a good chance to do some upgrading right here. All right, triple sig pack. We got 3 choices right here. Let's see what the first one's gonna be. Pretty much cake out, pretty much. Another way of draining points, right? Who's the first one gonna be? All right, this is an absolutely useless card. Besides, technically could be used as transcend for other starting pitcher sigs. But we've already got Scherzer completely maxed out, transcend level 9, so probably won't be taking him because he's not gonna transcend guys as much as some others. Let's just say that. Let's open up number 2. I feel like we struggled to pull Scherzer. It took us so long to finally pull a Scherzer, and then we did, and now all we can do is pull Scherzers. That's how it works. All right, so Vladdy Daddy, we obviously already have him out, I believe, either in right or at DH. We already have his best year. We could use it as transcendence right there, and that's, again, his best year, I think, at 02. So, solid card right there. We might be taking Vladdy. Let's see, though, with this last card. Baseball on everything, what is up? I cannot craft the normal team sig. I cannot. I didn't even see who that is. Reardon. Okay. Let's put this on hold. Love this feature. Now we can go and look. So Vladdy's a 3. I already got 02, which is his best year. That's a good transcendence. Reardon, we could use some transcendence to get him up to 6, but with him being a lower base of 62, he is, I think, the highest closing pitcher we can get, right? I don't remember. I don't remember if they've added new cards since. Because remember when they didn't have any, I think, SIG's closing pitchers at the beginning of the game? Let's go by position. Closing pitcher. And let's go by stats. Yeah, so Reardon's the highest base SIG closing pitcher we can get. Tied with Burke. Yeah, it's not good for the Washington Nationals, man. That's true, Aiden. That's actually a good point. I didn't think about that. It actually will make more sense, though it hurts me to not take Vladdy's best year and use Transcendence on him. You are correct in the sense that even though we got a 74 of Vladdy, there's a good chance that Vlad will get replaced and put on the bench by a Hall of Fame card in the future. There's a good chance of that. Because you can have a max of 8 Hall of Fame cards. So he will for sure stay on the bench. He won't go away. But Reardon is tied for the best overall for our closing pitcher at 62. It's not really looking bright. I think Reardon's probably the best choice. That's actually a really good call there, Aiden. I'm with you on that. So let's go ahead and actually take Reardon. Already got your best year, Guerrero. Reardon's probably gonna be more useful in the bullpen, especially with all the help we need in the bullpen when during the live match. Good call, good call. 63, I think some of the highest you see, like I think the Dodgers is 64. Could be wrong, I don't remember for sure. But yeah, they're not that great. All right, Reardon, we'll take that, transcend to level 6. We'll do that next here in a second. Let's go ahead and do our next triple sig. Vlad is a better base overall than Soto, yes, but Soto is technically a little more graded in. He's a little bit more upgraded in the sense of everything being pretty much done than Vlad is, in a sense. Obviously, you can see he's a 152 versus Vlad's 151, but technically, yes, he has a higher base than him, so that could change. Vlad could go out and right, and then we could pull Soto into the DH/bench as well. But we have so many options batting-wise, I do agree with Aiden on that one. 100%, 100%. There's a lot of guys that we have that could be replacing other guys. It's just we have to use resources to do it. Let's see what this is gonna be. All right, Clippard. I mean, we could take him, but I don't see him. I don't see us investing resources into Clippard and replacing the moment cards we already have in there right now. But then again, I don't know. We'll come back and take a look at that. I'll take a bullpen guy, but Soto over Ohtani for MVP. Dang. Baseball on everything here with maybe what you would call a hot take. Now we get Vladdy Daddy again. Is this going to be his 0-2 again? No, we got his 0-1, which is only a 71. Only, but. All right, let's see what this last one's going to be. Who is our last choice from this triple sig pack going to be? Man, we got what? How many pitchers out of this? Batista 98. So let's put this on hold here. Reserve pitcher wise, we got Reardon already duped. Gore. Yo, if I'm being honest, I mean, we've kept Barnes. He's already at a 130 overall. We could take Vladdy and get up to, okay, so we could transcend Vladdy to level 6 if we took Vladdy 0-1. We could go with Batista in the bullpen and technically eventually replace the moment card national that we have in there as well. But then again, I think, what are we feeling? I mean, he's technically better than Rainey, but are we gonna really? It's really, do we want to transcend Vladdy, or do we want to get a 63 base in there? Yeah, if we eventually play Soto with Guerrero, for sure. Which technically, honestly, they're close enough now with, if we need to get a better skill set on Soto, that we could already replace him. I'm thinking let's go ahead, since we already, I mean, technically we could use another bullpen guy to get a full team of Team 6 in the bullpen. I'm thinking Vladdy's going to be more useful, and actually, after doing this, we'll probably actually move Vladdy into the left or right field spot, move Soto to the DH. We'll take Vladdy right there. Let's transcend those two guys real quick. So if we took Vladdy before, we would have maxed out his transcendence, but I like getting Reardon up though too. So Reardon, where are you? There you go. Let's get him up to 6. Launch angle, I'll pull that up in a second. Let's get Vladdy real quick. All right, he's level 6 now. Beautiful. Let's look at the launch angle on these guys. That's a good question. Yeah, they're both a 152 now. We have a bronze skill on that one. I did not realize that. Vladdy, we've done some work on. Launch angle on Soto is only a 5? I did not realize that. Vladdy's got to be higher. Soto, that's his best year, correct? Soto's best year, I'm pretty sure, is the year we have, correct? Yeah, Soto's best year is 21, but I did not realize it's a 5-degree launch angle. A line drive machine. That's awful, y'all. We got his best year, but at what cost? What's his 19? How is his 21? How do they calculate the launch angle in this game? I get it doesn't have to be based off of the overall. I get that. What was different in 19 versus 21 that gives him a 12 and 19, which is in the middle of the pack? We've definitely seen much higher. But 5 is awful. I did not realize that his 21 had that. That's awful, man. Goodness gracious, that's crazy. All right, well, fielding. Yeah, he's got the edge in fielding. He's got the edge in speed too. I think it's time to switch him out. There we go. And then Soto will probably go to the bench eventually. 5-degree launching, but that's his best card. That is, that's unfortunate, man. His best card is a 5-degree launch angle. Yeah, John Green's 49 home runs is a 7. I don't know how they calculate that. That's crazy, man. Both at 10 degrees. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, DW, it does make sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. But how does that one have 12 on 19 but 5 on the other one? It does not shock me in that sense, but did not realize it was that low. Yeah, we're going to change the batting order and stuff. I'll do that off stream, Aiden. We're already at 7:57 p.m. Eastern time. We got 3 minutes left, and we got to open up Hall of Fame packs still, which we're actually going to do right now. All right, let's go ahead and do the normal recruits. So, attainable players we can get. We really would like Barry Larkin. We would take any starting pitcher. Those are pretty much the only guys that are going to be useful right here. Luis technically would be at shortstop, but there's much better, higher base overall shortstop. So let's go ahead and do this thing. 70 million points. Boom. Who's going to be our first Hall of Fame player of the day? All righty. Let's go. Tony Perez. I'll take the Redling. I will take the Redling. I believe I've pulled his legend card in 9 innings 2 or 3 times in the 5 years I've been playing, and legend cards are hard to pull in 9i. And we pull his Hall of Fame card right here. Sad thing is, it's not a useful one. When I first saw Cincinnati Reds, I was thinking it was Barry Larkin and we got our shortstop like I was wanting. Sadly, it's Tony Perez and it's not much use. So love the red legend right there, but not going to be as useful for me. Let's just be honest. So Tony, thank you, but no thank you. I mean, he'll just go on the bench, obviously. Maybe not, because we can only have a max of, what, 9 Hall of Fame players? It's normally 8, but if you have a team Hall of Fame player, it extends that up to 9, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it works. I don't remember. Is that correct? It's a max of 8 Hall of Fame players on your squad, but if you have a team one, it allows you to have an extra 1 to 9. And we have Tim Raines, so I'm pretty sure that's correct. Sadly, Tony Perez was not the red that I wanted, but it was in the red nonetheless. That's pretty cool. Not a dupe either, which even though dupe's actually kind of useful right now because of the Transcendence and how hard Hall of Fame players are to get. So, man, Barry Larkin will be sweet. But you know what? We can still technically get a shortstop right here. The 2 most needed guys is Jackie Robinson, number 1. Need a second baseman, highest base over Hall of Fame player. Ozzie Smith would be great at shortstop. Look at that fielding right there. Beautiful. Solid all-around card. And then Seaver would obviously help the rotation. Anyone else, not going to be as useful and will be dupes. But let's see. We got 2 of these bad boys. First one of the day. Come on, Jackie. Please be Jackie. Please be Jackie. I will take it, baby. It's not Jackie, but it was the second most useful card over there at short. Ozzie Smith. A 76 base tied with Jeter, who was in the first set. And we got someone we wanted over there at shortstop. Trey Turner is an awesome card as a team sig, but obviously I'm going to take this Hall of Fame Ozzie Smith over Trey Turner all day, especially once we train him up. It will be a while, probably until this card is in the lineup, because it's going to take a while to get him upgraded to be able to replace Turner. And Turner's a beautiful card, don't get me wrong. But that's beautiful right there. I will take Ozzie all day. Now, if we can get Jackie right here, that would be a beautiful ending to the stream. We could finally get rid of Garcia, moment card, and get our second baseman, the highest base player we could possibly get right there. Come on, baby, come on. Let's bring it home right here. Come on, Jackie. Let's get hashtag Jackie in the chat, please. Jackie in the chat. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let me see that Los Angeles Dodgers, baby. Technically Brooklyn. Paul's a great player. Great card. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset about Paul. But I really wanted, the main position we needed, even over Ozzie Smith going to shortstop, was second base. Ozzie was a great pull, don't get me wrong. One of the guys I wanted. But the main player we needed in this one was Jackie Robinson over there at second base. Sadly, we could not get him. Still a beautiful card, don't get me wrong. Only thing he will probably ever do, though, is go on the bench. And looking at all the cards we have, don't even know if he'll make it because of the limit for Hall of Fame players we can have on the team. So, yeah. And I forgot we had the Gary Carter, Washington National Hall of Fame player as well. So I don't know what we'll end up doing with Paul. He'll probably stay on the reserve for a little while. Jeff Bagg will eventually come in, no doubt. Ozzie will eventually go at shortstop. Jim Tomey's a dupe. Don't think these guys will ever make it onto the squad, given that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go up to what, 9? Because one of these team guys can count as an extra one. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess Paul would be the next one, but we'll most likely get more Hall of Fame card players in the future. That could be better. So, you know what? Not bad, though. I'll take Ozzie for sure. Even though Trey Turner is one of our best guys. But, you know what? I'm not complaining. Not complaining. All right, you know what? A solid day right there. We got some Transcendence. That's really all I was looking for with the Team Sigs. We got Ozzie, one of the top guys. Wish we could have gotten Jackie. And how long do we have left to get Jackie? So we have, what, 64 days left? So we still have a few more chances to get Jackie, y'all. We still have a few more chances to get Jackie. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. I will take it. The team improved tonight. We got some upgrading to do off stream. We'll show you guys what we're looking like in the next one. And continue to update you guys on the progress. But that is going to do it for this stream and pack opening tonight. You guys are awesome. An extra Hall of Fame spot per team card. The Twins would be the best team. Yes. So if it was each time you have a team one, you got an extra card. So like we have Tim and Gary, which means we could have 2 extra plus the 8 to go 10 or higher. That would be beautiful, but I don't think it works that way, which would be awesome. Twins do have like 5. That's crazy. All right, that does it for this pack opening in the stream today. We appreciate you guys hanging. A big up pack opening, obviously. But we're at the point to where a lot of it's just upgrade. We're not really developing the team in terms of new players and replacing guys, but trying to build them up. And we're definitely to the point to where I think we'll have to be starting a new team eventually. But you know what? I'll take this pack opening. We got some more Hall of Fame card players, and we didn't dupe. So I'll take it. I'll take it. That's going to be it for the stream. It's time to give out the coupon code. Baseball on everything, I will let you know. I'll actually spoil it for you. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night on my own channel with the final team on Baseball 9, by the way. I see you in there. I see you in there. It'll actually be almost a month to the day, I think, or close to it. 3 or 4 weeks. All right, let's go ahead and get the coupon code in the chat. We got 300 play balls and 300 stars. That should be going in there right now. Yes, they just pinned it in the chat. If you guys are on iOS devices, you have to use the link in the chat to take you to their browser, and then it takes you to the game when you press on OK, and it'll be in your inbox. If you guys are on Android, you can do the link, or you can do the in-game version, which I'll show you. And if you're on Steam, you have to do the in-game version only. You cannot use the link. So let's go ahead and show you guys that. Switch this over. You guys go to menu, click on news, go scroll down, you'll see event coupon exchange banner. And then if you click on the coupon code and type in the end of it, which is 2025 Rivals SCP for September, and use coupon code, it'll say it's been redeemed or already used. We already used it to check to make sure it worked before the stream. Go to your inbox and you guys should see it right there. You guys are awesome. That's gonna pretty much do it for the stream. We'll catch you guys back in the next stream 2 weeks from now on Rivals. Hopefully have some stuff to show you with the upgrades, and then probably get into some more live match against you guys, some more gameplay and stuff. And then next week, we'll be back on the MLB Innings YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern time with a huge pack opening over there. You guys are awesome. You guys have not liked, we highly appreciate it. Have a great night. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.